Good morning. It's about 7:30-ish a.m. on Wednesday, the 13th of September. I'm going to do my hair first today because it's just shitting me off. And yeah, I just want to get it done first. Today I wanted to talk about healthy eating again because I spoke about it last week and I did what I called like a willpower challenge and that kind of thing, but who's there? But I'm still not eating as healthy as I normally do. My main meals and that kind of thing, like what I'm eating for lunch and breakfast and everything, are still healthy and I have that under control, but it's just the snacking. I've just been eating so many like sugary snacks. Steve and I have a drawer of, I think I showed it the other day, a drawer of snacks that we eat when we're watching Netflix, and like on the weekend I just ate so much of that, whereas normally I would only eat it when we're watching Netflix, but I kept like going back to it and getting stuff out, and I've just been thinking like last night why I'm doing that, because yeah, I feel like if I can figure out the reason, and I feel like it's emotional eating, like, you know, I don't think the answer is really trying to get myself motivated with healthy eating again, but figuring out like where the disconnect is happening. Yeah, I don't know, like last night I was saying to Steve what I thought it could be, and I was like, it's either that, like, I feel indifferent to healthy eating at the moment, and I'm talking about like snacks. Normally I've always had a sweet tooth and I've always enjoyed snacks, like lollies / candy and chocolate and all of that. I've always loved eating it, but I know that if I eat heaps of it, I don't physically like how I feel. Like I just feel lethargic and gross. And yeah, like I normally don't eat very much of that stuff just because I know that it doesn't help me reach my like physical goals, and it doesn't make me feel physically great either. But yeah, I'm just feeling like indifferent to it at the moment, and I don't know if it's because I need some dry shampoo today. This lighting's just, oh my god. This lighting keeps, actually it doesn't keep changing. I just need to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know if it's because when I eat like lots of lollies and stuff, I can't physically tell a difference on my body. So I don't know, sorry, I'm knocking this, I'm just trying to get it to focus on my face. So yeah, I don't know if it's because when I eat that food, I can't physically see a difference on my body, even though I can feel one because I feel like stuffed. Like I'm not eating because I'm hungry, and that's why I know it's like emotional, because I'm not hungry when I'm eating. But yeah, so I don't know if it's because I can't see the difference. Like if I eat crap, like I think my metabolism's just improved a lot with now that I'm exercising so consistently and have been like for the last year. So whereas before, if I used to eat crap, I could normally like pretty quickly see a difference, but now I can't really. Like it takes a lot longer for me to see it. So I don't know if it's that or if I'm just like feeling nervous about this daily thing and it's like me trying to eat away those feelings. I have one more theory. I had 3 theories. What was the other one? Oh, I can't remember now. Yeah, I can't remember. So so yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why I'm overeating. It's essentially overeating, because when I'm snacking, I'm not hungry, and it's not even like just because I can't see a difference on my body doesn't mean that I want to keep doing it, because I don't like how I physically feel, like just so lethargic and gross. And I also just hate the feeling, like I hate feeling like my actions aren't fully within my control. And that's how I've been feeling with healthy eating. Part of it is that I haven't been making decisions ahead of time about what I want to eat, so that when an opportunity comes up, like last night at work, all the nurses had different lollies and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have some. Whereas normally I have like a no lolly, like I just don't eat them. I just have a rule with myself that I don't eat them, because it's only like opportunistic eating, in the sense that if no one brought lollies, I wouldn't have gone and bought lollies or bought food. So it's really just, yeah, not coming from somewhere I want it to come from. Like, not the food, I mean, like, from me, I feel like I'm just very reactive instead of being intentional, and I want to be more intentional. So normally I'm very good at it, and I just say, yeah, it looks good, but I'm not going to have any because I don't like how it makes me feel physically. I'm not talking about guilty, and and I used to feel so guilty when I was eating sugary food, and Steve was saying like maybe we've just taken guilt-free eating too far, because now I don't feel guilty when I eat junk food, which is such a life changer for me. Oh, I forgot my sunscreen. Oh well, that's fine. I might just put it on my chest still. Yeah, he's like, maybe we're taking guilt-free eating too far. It's like, maybe, probably. So yeah, that's what I'm actually like. I'm glad something's actually come up that I'm fully working on, because I'm just trying to get this, like, why am I being so reactive when I'm normally so intentional and eating when I'm not hungry? And just after like the last year, I've had different times where I'm not amazing at it, but generally speaking, I felt very in control with what I'm eating. It's not about, like, Steve has a different opinion on it to me. He's kind of like, he exercises so he can eat junk food, whereas I'm like, I like it in the moment, but after I've had about 2 mouthfuls, like, I'm really not enjoying it that much. I'm kind of just on autopilot, and it's not like we say it's for pleasure, like that we eat food like that for pleasure, but when I think about it, I'm not really. It's not coming from a good place. Like, I definitely love eating junk food and like sugary stuff when I've planned to eat it and then I eat it. What I'm talking about here is when I have planned, or really the problem is that I haven't made a plan, because I'm letting myself, for whatever reason, have the option to like eat. I don't talk about it. Brooke Castillo, who I always talk about, has taught me a lot through her podcast about buffering, which we can do in many ways. You can either overeat, overdrink, overwork. It's essentially when you're doing something to try to numb yourself to whatever you're feeling. You're trying to avoid what you're feeling. And I feel like that is what's happening, but I can't yet pinpoint what I'm trying to avoid feeling. I think it could be related to this daily thing, or just in general, like the last month. It does tee up with when I really started to be really consistent with content and all of that. Yeah, I don't know if it's like just sort of like I don't feel scared when I think about it, but I don't know if I'm just like, if that's because I've been eating to cover it up, or, and like I'm not, I don't know, it's not that bad, but I just want to feel really in control of my actions, and I haven't when it comes to eating. And for me, that's not where I want to be operating from. And I was talking about it, I think, last week when I was talking about healthy eating, that healthy eating, like, for me, sets the tone, probably for a lot of people too, for what we're doing in our other areas of our life. So for me, if I'm eating healthy and consistent with that and have a lot of willpower around that, and willpower is just making a plan and following through with it, and regardless of whether you feel like it, and I just haven't been making a plan. Like, I've been doing my meal prep and stuff, but I haven't been to myself like, I'm not going to eat sugary food. And when I say sugary food, I don't mean like all the hidden sugars or anything. I really just mean like things that are basically 100% sugar, that have no nutritional value, that are very tasty. But yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So Steve, my thoughts are always all over the place. Steve's kind of the opinion, like, for him personally, he works out a lot. And he's very fit, but he does that nearly empty. He does that so that he can eat that kind of food, and he really enjoys it. Whereas for me, I feel like when I have not had it in my life, if I really think about it, life isn't any better or worse. Like, it just, like, I don't want to have to rely on food to make my life good. And I really don't know how to articulate this well, because I'm not saying I should never eat sugary food, but when I've been paying attention to how I'm feeling when I'm eating a lot of junk food and how I'm feeling when I'm not eating a lot of junk food, like, I feel like I'm not missing out on anything when I'm not eating it. That makes sense? Like, I don't feel like deprivation because of what I tell myself in my mind. And the only reason we ever feel deprivation is because of, beyond like, you know, physical, like sleep deprivation or food deprivation or anything, but when it's like, you know, you feel deprived because you can't have a chocolate, like, that's not real deprivation. It's just, in my opinion, because we're telling ourselves that we need it, and then we're not. It's from like telling ourselves that we want it, but we're not allowed it. And I don't use that language with myself. I never say like, oh no, I'm not having that, I'm not allowed to have it. I say I don't want it. Instead of telling myself I'm not allowed chocolate or not allowed sweet things, I tell myself I don't want it. And it just totally changes the feeling around it, and it doesn't feel like deprivation. Like, if you hate mint chocolate, and I'm slowly getting on mint chocolate, but like, I never feel deprived if I can't have mint chocolate because I don't want it. I genuinely don't want it. Whereas if there's something else that I do enjoy eating and I tell myself I want it, does this make any sense? I've just found it so helpful to not use, like, so many people when they're wanting to eat healthy, they use the language like, I'm not allowed to eat something, and that like triggers the feeling of deprivation because you're telling yourself like, I want it but I can't have it. Whereas I tell myself I don't even want it in the first place. Like, I just don't want it at all, and it just feels so different. So basically, I just don't know, or no, I'm figuring out what might be causing this lack of plan. It's not like, the lack of willpower generally comes from a lack of plan slash guidelines slash whatever. It's either you haven't made a plan, so there's no plan to even follow through with, or you've made a plan, but then you're like letting yourself wiggle out of it. So I feel like that's the two ways that willpower, if you're trying to develop it and not, that's what's happening. It's either a breakdown on the planning side or a breakdown on the follow through side, or both. So I feel like not really that pleased with my eyebrows. That's okay. So yeah, I just like, do I feel indifferent about healthy eating, or I don't know yet, but I'm figuring out why, and I'm also going to be making a plan and guidelines for myself. And again, I didn't put powder on, did I? Yes, I did. I'm also going to be setting guidelines, and it's not about deprivation and like everything in moderation. Like, I don't know that for me is helpful. Like, I've been, what I want to get back to is where I was super consistent with healthy eating, and then when I'd eat something unhealthy, I wasn't all or nothing. I just pick up the healthy eating easily again. That's what I want to get back to. It's not about like never eating something sweet again. It's just about feeling in control of myself, really. And also because physical health is so important, and mental health as well. And if I'm just like not having willpower with healthy eating, I can feel it when I'm like working on my blog and all of that I'm a lot less intentional, and things are just harder. I'm a lot less productive because I'm just haven't got that really developed skill of following through with plans. And yeah, I just find if I build it up with healthy eating, I can build it up with the other areas of my life more easily. So yeah, I'll talk about it again probably tomorrow. But I really I think the reason it's happening is because I haven't said to myself like, this is what I am, this is what I do want to eat, and this is what I don't want to eat. I'm leaving it up to how I feel in the moment. And always in the moment, I want to eat the biscuit or the cookie or the chocolate. Like, that hasn't changed. I've always been like that in the moment. But before, I just had such clear guidelines for myself around what I did and didn't want, that in the moment I could be like, actually no, this isn't what I want. I'm following my plan. I'm trusting my past self that she made a good plan. And then yeah, like I'd feel more comfortable in my body, more energetic. Yeah, I just hate feeling like lazy and gross and lethargic when I eat crap, and just like not having willpower. I don't know if this is making any sense, but this is like what I'm thinking about as I'm thinking about it. So I'm really just today, like I haven't eaten yet today. I'm gonna have my oats. Oh, I shouldn't have actually put highlighter up here because I just remembered I still have from my eyebrows getting threaded so many lumps. Like, I shouldn't have highlighted them and drawn any more attention to them, but too late now. So yeah, this is like what I'm working on as I'm working on it. And I haven't eaten, as I was saying. Sorry, I just jump around all over the place. I'm not sure if that will improve or if it will kind of stay the same. But I'm sure it will improve. So I haven't eaten. I'm going to have oats, a mixture of my protein powder. I have meal prep. I have avocado chicken pizza that I usually have for morning tea, and chicken pad thai for lunch. Actually, today's a really good day to get myself some guidelines because I'm going in to work early for a leaving lunch for one of my friends, so that will have like all the junk food. So, and it's not me being like, I'm not going to eat anything. Like, I probably will do something like, I want to eat. And it's so important to use that language. I want to eat rather than I'm allowed. I want to eat only 3 things, or only 2 things, or only 5 things. Even if it was like, I only want to eat 10 things. It doesn't really matter what number. It's just like making a plan. And then when I'm there, knowing that I'm going to feel like listening to how I feel in the moment and not. Yeah, I might just make it 2. I'm just going to have 2 things. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why I'm feeling quite indifferent to it, or if because I'm being a lot more productive and ordered with my work stuff like blogging, that I'm using that as a way to like to let myself like be reactive, whereas before I was doing that in work, and if I didn't want to follow through with my plan, I wouldn't. But now I'm following through with all my plans, so I don't know, it's definitely emotional. Like, it's definitely, I don't think it's anything really to do with hunger, because I don't feel hungry when I'm eating the junk food, and often I feel quite full already. So I'm just kind of ignoring how I feel. This just cut out because my storage was full, so now I'm gonna have to edit this together. Anyway, I don't really have that much more to say, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, like why I'm letting myself be so reactive. And this is still on. I'm always so scared I've left this on. I just use like a very basic Remington one because my hair's already so straight, so I feel like I don't need a super good one. I just, every time I leave the house, I'm like, oh my god, did I leave it on? Usually I haven't, like almost 99 times out of 100 I haven't, but it's one of those things like you just forget whether you have or not. Anyway, so this is what I am thinking about at the moment. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'm gonna decide, like actually sit down and intentionally think about what I want to do and set those guidelines for myself again, because I haven't set them because I haven't wanted to follow through with a plan for some reason. Yeah, and as I was saying, I don't think it's hunger related. I'm eating heaps. Like, I eat normally without snacks, I eat around 2,000 calories a day for my, like, I exercise a lot, so so that's what I'm doing. So it's not like I'm eating 1,200 calories or something and I'm really hungry. I'm not hungry. It's emotional. I 100% know it's emotional. So yeah, I'm gonna go have breakfast now. I just wanted to do my makeup and do this because I was just feeling like, after the gym and stuff this morning, I was just feeling like excited to do it. I don't know. So I just wanted to do this before I normally would, and I'm going to have breakfast and then get to work on managing all of these videos and uploading them and doing the descriptions and getting a queue lined up. And I think day 4 just went up this morning, so I'm like 7 days ahead, but I really want to make sure I'm always ahead. Gonna be reading this later on today because I'm going into work early, and then I've got time between that lunch and when my shift will start, so gonna take this in and also catch up with my dad and then work. But yeah, this morning it's all about these YouTube videos, breakfast, healthy breakfast, porridge and protein powder, and banana. Hopefully the bananas are ripe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for all your lovely comments. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.